There are a lot of great Switch games, and at some point, you'll probably have all of them. But which game should you get first, and in what order should you pick up the tentpole titles for this awesome hybrid? What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe's here, and today we have an interesting debate of sorts that we are going to have before you. We've taken the 5 biggest, I think, most popular Nintendo games on the platform: Super Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and ARMS, and we are going to debate, as a new Switch owner, or even as a current Switch owner, which of these games should you get first, and in what order should you buy them? So it's not so much about which is the best, because we know that they're all of quality, and later on in the month, we will definitely be giving you our list of top Switch games and Game of the Year, and ranking all of these titles. But right now, as Nintendo makes probably the best games for the platform, we picked these 5 top, very popular, very well-known games, and kind of want to iron out what order you should buy them in.
Yes, and maybe in the future we could even do this for third party. For this video, we did want to make sure that this was a Nintendo made and published. So, yes, maybe a third party video in the future, so look out for that. But in the meantime, Zach, what are the games? You said Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon, ARMS, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So, do you want to just jump into it? What do you think that people should buy first? Do you have one that just jumps out at you right away?
Well, I think there's a couple of philosophies here, and definitely let us know your take in the comments down below, or how you went about this if you already have these games. You know, the easy answer is, oh god, it's got to be Breath of the Wild or Mario Odyssey, right? Because those are the 2 that are up for Game of the Year. Those are the 2, premier top titles that I think most people buy a Switch for. But I don't know that that's necessarily, in this discussion, the runaway answer. I think you have to look at it and say, things like ARMS, things like Splatoon 2, they have multiplayer communities. Currently, Splatoon 2 is very vivid in that sense. They are always updating, bringing new stages, bringing Splatfest, bringing new gear, bringing new guns. Maybe getting in while that is going so good is a better idea. Or perhaps ARMS. We know that game, for a lot of people, is not as huge as they would have liked, but for a very devoted base, there is a lot of action, and they have introduced some new ideas, new characters, and maybe you want to get in on that before it goes away. Or perhaps, given the time of year, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe being this multiplayer extravaganza with tons of content and a great support of single Joy-Con play is something that would be a no-brainer to have initially on your system.
If that's the route we're taking, I think for me that becomes the top one. But I think it's different.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
Yes. Out of the multiplayer ones, I think that's the one that I think people should buy first. Especially if you've never played it on Wii U. Then it just becomes an absolute must-buy. The game's great. I have recently rekindled my relationship with the game. I've been playing it sometimes in between video renders and just for fun. Like, I'm having a really good time playing that game online. It's still competitive. There are still a ton of people out there. Zero problem finding matches. It does it almost instantaneously. So that community is still there. Yes, there's no updates like Splatoon 2, which is unfortunate. But there's so much content there that maybe we don't need updates. I think it's just difficult to ignore the fact that, like, hey, you're getting the Switch, right? And Mario is available, and you're not getting that. Like, that's a little bit difficult for me, right? So I guess we just got to decide, or multiplayer first, because, again, time of year plus, the community aspect of it that will one day not be there. Because you made a point when we weren't recording, like, Breath of the Wild and Odyssey, while fantastic games, both Game of the Year caliber, they're going to be the same games a couple years from now, or months down the line. They're the same game.
Right. Well, and I think it's important to consider what game is sort of going to epitomize the Switch experience, get you the most excited initially for the Switch. Is it being able to take a full-blown Zelda adventure on the go? Is it being able to play multiplayer in so many different forms with Mario Kart 8? Is it, the community and the constantly something new to do aspect of Splatoon 2, whether you're home or away? I think it's tough for me, like you said, to ignore those top 2, Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. But I do like your argument for Mario Kart 8. I just wonder if you buy a new system and get Mario Kart 8 first, is that tarnish some of the shimmer because you, in the back of your head, know it's an old game.
It might. So, I mean, what are we doing here? Are we gonna come up with one? Because we have to pick one. Because then there's still 4 other ones that we got to order.
Okay, I think maybe what we do here is maybe we say that the first title you should buy with the system on your day one, your personal day one, is one of the top 2, and then maybe we move to multiplayer from that and save the other of the single player top 2 for later down the list.
Absolutely,
because maybe it's a good idea to get in. It's still early enough to have conversations about Super Mario Odyssey. There is the Champions Ballad coming for Breath of the Wild. There will be opportunity to have conversation and be a part of the excitement there. It's a real tough call between these two, but maybe I think we should lean towards, hey, pick up one of the new top-tier, top-rated Switch games to not only understand what the Switch is about, you can take these on the go, play them at home, but also to really have that like exciting new shiny experience.
Okay, so then let's pick one, and let's not try to dwell too much on it because none of these are a wrong answer.
Right.
My pick is for Zelda. What's yours? Are you that opposed to the pick of Zelda?
My only caveat here is that I feel like Mario Odyssey is a more digestible game, and based on the fact that we are not ranking merit, but we are ranking the order in which you should buy, I do wonder if buying Mario Odyssey first, experiencing that more near its launch, and all of the fun and color and just crazy surprises that has, and saving Zelda for a vacation or a longer break or more of a dull, dry period might make more sense.
Okay, then Mario Odyssey. That's the one we're saying you should buy first.
Okay, so we're going to say Mario Odyssey should be your pickup, and there is that lovely red Joy-Con bundle, or you can pick it up separately, or you can just grab it off the eShop. So Mario Odyssey is the first Switch game you buy. From there, then I think it does look at these multiplayer titles, and it's, do you want something that is locally inviting? But see, that's kind of what I like. I like that you said that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe also has no problem with online matches, and to me, it's a tough call between Splat and Mario Kart.
And I know I have a preference, but that's just me. For me, it's Mario Kart. I'm not super good at Splatoon 2, so I'm familiar with the experience I have with it. So knowing that, and one's a racer, one's a shooter, one's been around for a very long time, storied history. So you're familiar with Mario Kart. It's a perfect party game because of the local aspect. You can split the Joy-Con. If you bought a second pair of Joy-Con, 4 players can play. Split screen, very, very viable. You can also just play with your cousin, or there I go back to the cousins thing. If you have a friend that has another Switch, you can do the wireless play. There's a lot there. There's a lot of different ways to play, and that's one of the specialties of the Switch, and it perfectly encompasses that. So the only downside is the updates and the fact that there isn't any new content necessarily. They do have fixes and they do balancing, but
which is definitely impressive. I mean, Splatoon 2 has been updating and improving consistently. There are some low level and high level fixes that get rolled out in each of these patches along with new content. That game is far more featured than when it first released, and it does have the single player side of things as well. Couple that with it being a brand new experience.
Okay, you've kind of sold me on Splatoon. The fact that it's a brand new experience, that I guess the only thing I would say about Mario Kart is the name value, right? If you have
and the local,
if you have friends, right, or friends or family members, you say, hey, come play Splatoon 2. Maybe some of them haven't even heard of Splatoon 2. You say, hey, I just got the Switch, come play Mario Kart. Everybody knows what Mario Kart is.
Let's go with Mario Kart, given the time of year, given the fact that you're going to be occupied with Super Mario Odyssey. And let's go Mario Kart next as a way to expand into the multiplayer spectrum, share the Switch with others, and it's not going to cut into your Mario Odyssey time. So you can play through Mario Odyssey, you can be playing Mario Kart 8, and really the nice part is you do or you don't need, more controllers. You can just play with the Joy-Con. Maybe at this point you will,
What, have other controllers? Is that what you're trying?
Yeah. I mean, you could if you want, or you don't have to. I just really like the fact that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was one of the OG games to take advantage of all the different form factors. So let's do that. Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The mustached man is winning this race.
Yes.
I think after that you have to go Splatoon 2, though. I think it's a strong experience, a shooter on the Switch, and it is in such a thriving point right now, and I'd hate for someone to miss out on that because it is really addictive and really exciting.
I have no quarrels with that. I think Splatoon 2 is still fantastic. While there is like this like slower period of games right now, like after Xenoblade, like there's not a ton of big Switch games coming. So I have gone back and played Splatoon as well. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm not good at it. That's my only thing. Like the only reason I don't enjoy it more is because I know I'm not good at it.
And the single player you can breeze through in a weekend. The multiplayer, you can get as much as you want out of it, and again, those updates are fun. There's a new gun just released the other night. They've got new maps and such.
They extended the level cap for.
Yeah, and they now allow you to change gear mid lobby, so it's really come together nicely, and it's one that I think is very sound in similar fashions to Mario Kart 8 and Mario Odyssey. From there, Gabe.
This one, if you don't say Zelda, we're gonna have a problem.
Okay, so. My only fear is, does ARMS by this point become a non-purchase? If we say Zelda next, which is the right choice.
Yeah, we're not telling people to buy ARMS before they buy Zelda.
Okay, so we go Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, Zelda Breath of the Wild, get that big open world adventure, relive the launch day of Switch, be a part of all of the moving dungeons and the ability to approach the world and the puzzles in any way you see fit.
Sorry, ARMS.
ARMS is still so good, and I think so much fun. But maybe this is okay because maybe at that point ARMS sees a price drop where we know Mario Odyssey and Zelda will not, and perhaps at this point in the game, your fifth Nintendo Switch pickup, ARMS has seen a price drop. Maybe the online community isn't there as much, but they still have promised content, and it still is a very fun and intense local multiplayer. And by this point, maybe you have more controllers, whether they're pros or more sets of Joy-Con, and so you can really enjoy that full-on local ARMS experience.
Yeah, I would agree, and I don't think the ARMS community is going to die. There is a community.
No.
It's just not a huge community, but there is one. You can again from experience. Just this week, I've gone back and I've played ARMS online. There are still people playing. The problem with that is the people that you're going to be playing against are going to be really good.
Yeah,
because
so that's why I advise
because they play that game a lot. But it's not like it's local. Dead. It's not dead. I want to make that very clear.
That's why I advise the controllers in the local. Okay, so I feel like that's a pretty strong order. Super Mario Odyssey, because it's one of the best games on the system. It's new, it's fresh, and it's really fun, and it's something that's beatable. Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm sorry, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Fantastic party, fun multiplayer. It's near perfect, and gives you now something to sort of counterbalance your solo Mario Odyssey time. Splatoon 2, because it is thriving. There is a lot of content. They've made a lot of awesome fixes, and it has a very big community currently with a single player that can be beat quickly and a multiplayer that is very addictive but is doable in bursts. Zelda Breath of the Wild, because it's one of the best, if not the best game on the system. It does take a lot of your time and will require many hours to fully see the massive world that they have provided, but it's totally worth it. And then ARMS, because it's probably hit a price drop and it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I do want to just make sure to say that Zelda is my game of the year. It's my favorite game out of all of these, but you guys heard the discussion.
It's more about order. It's not about worth or rank or quality. And like I said, we'll go through our own personal game of the year list and rank the Switch games in a future video. But in the meantime, everybody, let us know what you think of our order and what order you would do for yourself or for your friends. What would you recommend? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Switch, including our cool discussions like this one. If you enjoyed, let us know. We hope you did. And until next time, for myself and Gabe, Switch Force out.